In a small village surrounded by dense dark woods, there was a long-standing legend of a malevolent spirit known as the Wailer. Locals warned children never to wander too far into the forest after dusk, for those who did often vanished without a trace. It was said that the Wailer lured people deeper into the woods with soft, melodic whispers, promising them their heart's desire, only to consume their souls. One stormy night, a curious teenager named Emma decided to test the legend. With her friends, she ventured into the Whispering Woods, armed with flashlights and bravado. They laughed at the stories as they walked deeper, the wind howling ominously around them. But as they pushed further, the laughter faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. The trees loomed overhead, their gnarled branches stretching like skeletal fingers. Suddenly, Emma heard it, a soft, haunting melody drifting through the air. She paused, captivated by the sound, which seemed to call her name. Emma, come to me. The voice was sweet and inviting, promising secrets and treasures hidden deep within the forest. Her friends, wary, urged her to leave, but she felt an irresistible pull towards the sound. Ignoring their pleas, Emma stepped away from the group, determined to find the source of the enchanting voice. As she walked, the forest grew darker, the trees closing in around her. The whispers grew louder, a symphony of seductive tones that twisted through the air, wrapping around her like a shroud. Just a little further, she thought, her heart racing with excitement. The melody was now intertwined with the whispers, creating a rhythm that matched her pulse. She stumbled upon a clearing, bathed in an eerie, silvery light, where the moon broke through the clouds. At the center stood a figure, cloaked in shadows, with eyes that glowed like embers. "Welcome, Emma," it said, its voice smooth as silk, yet laced with malice. "You've come to find what you desire, haven't you?" Emma's heart raced. "What do you want?" she asked, though she felt drawn to the figure, as if her body was betraying her mind. The figure smiled, revealing rows of jagged teeth. "Your soul, dear child. In exchange, I will grant you the power to be the most loved and admired. Just give in to the darkness." As the words sank in, Emma's friends called her name from the edge of the clearing. "Emma, where are you?" Their voices echoed in the stillness, filled with concern and desperation. "Stay with me," the figure whispered, extending a skeletal hand. "Ignore them. They cannot understand your true potential." Emma felt torn. The promise of power and love was intoxicating, but the fear of losing her friends was stronger. "No," she shouted, shaking her head. "I won't. I choose my friends." In that moment of defiance, the clearing darkened, and the whispers turned into anguished screams. The figure's eyes flared with rage. "Foolish girl, you will pay for this betrayal." Suddenly, the ground shook, and the trees began to writhe as if alive. Emma sprinted back toward her friends, her heart pounding in her chest. The whispers turned into a cacophony of shrieks, drowning out her thoughts. "Emma, over here!" her friends cried, their faces pale with fear. She dashed through the trees, branches clawing at her skin, as she fought against the darkness that threatened to pull her back. Just as she reached her friends, a chilling wind swept through the clearing, carrying with it a chorus of howls. The loomed behind her, its form shifting into a monstrous shape. "You can't escape me, Emma." With a final burst of adrenaline, Emma and her friends sprinted back through the woods, the whispers following them, echoing in their ears. They ran until they reached the village, gasping for breath and filled with terror. But the horror didn't end there. The next morning, as they gathered to discuss their nightmarish experience, Emma noticed something off. Her friends were acting strange, their eyes glazed and their smiles too wide. "Are you okay?" she asked, but they didn't respond. Instead, they turned to her in unison, their faces contorted into grotesque smiles. "Emma, come play with us," they said in unison, their voices dripping with malice. "We've found our heart's desire." Realization hit her like a cold wave. The Wailer hadn't just wanted her soul, it had claimed her friends as well. They were now puppets of the darkness, bound to the spirit forever. As the whispers returned swirling around her, Emma knew she was never truly free. The forest had claimed her friends, and now it wanted her. She ran, but deep down she understood that she would always hear the whispers, forever haunted by the choice she made on that stormy night. And somewhere, deep within the Whispering Woods, the Wailer waited for its next victim, ready to lure another soul into the shadows.